Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to this morning's lecture. Good to see you all. Good morning, good evening, and good night, depending on where you are in the world. Maybe we won't wait a full 5 minutes to get started, but maybe we'll wait just a couple minutes to get get the stragglers a chance to enter the scene here. I hope you all had an excellent sleep or whatever you had in between our sessions. All right, good. More people are showing up. Mm-hmm. Nick, welcome back. Wayne, good to see you. Right, good to see you there. Oh, hey, Nick Latursky. He's got his little one there.
Hey, she says hi.
Hey, say something, kiddo. You're on
Say hi.
camera.
Hi,
Hi, what's your name?
this is Caroline.
Hi, Caroline. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, it's a pretty big, exciting moment. Did she just wait? Oh,
There it is.
there's the cute face. There's the cute face. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. It's all delayed at that age. How old is she? Like a year or something?
Just a year, yeah.
Just a year. Excellent. Oh, well, Wayne Ferguson. Is that Wayne Ferguson has his own small child here?
Nice.
Unfortunately, it's slightly creepier.
Oh man.
Excellent. All right,
Nice
cool.
shop, Wayne.
Well, yeah, we'll be getting a better look at that soon.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute.
All right, cool. Thanks for the quick intro. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get us started here. I'll give an introduction to our guests today, and let me just make sure if you have your sound unmuted and you're not the presenter, you can go ahead and mute yourself. We might allow a chance to interact later. All right, so today's or this lecture's guest. Oh, people are still trying to come in here. Okay, great. Okay, today's guest here is Alex Kirstan. He is the Betriebsleiter, Klavierbaumeister, operations manager, piano builder at Steingraber and Sohn. Steingraber has been producing pianos and grand pianos in the festival city of Bayreuth, Germany since 1852. Around 35 employees of the family company currently create top quality by hand every day. Steingraber pianos are played by major artists in the most renowned concert halls and music academies around the world. And so we're very excited to have you, Alex. I'll give you a spotlight and you can sort of jump things off and let me know when you want me to bring up your presentation.
So hello, everybody. And thank you, Ethan. For me, it's a great honor to be your guest again. You know, as a piano technician, it's fantastic to be part of this convention. It's really nice. So the topic for today, what I've chosen is the sources of sound and touch since Cristofori until today. We have three parts of the presentation. The first part is more a historical part where we start at the 17th century. Then I will show you how we produce modern pianos in a traditional way today. And the last part is you will see our inventions, which coming from the 17th century and we use today. So you are very welcome to ask questions in between. It's fine for me.
Okay. Do you want me to just monitor in the chat, or should I allow people to speak up if they have something to add?
They can ask questions, no problem. Not only in the chat.
Okay, I'll allow people to unmute themselves during the presentation. If it gets out of hand, I'll have to rein us in. But yeah, so feel free during Alex's presentation to chime in if you had a question or two. And you're also welcome to put them in the chat, and I'll relay questions that I see that are worth interjecting.
Okay, Ethan, whenever you are ready, we can start with the presentation, I think.
There you go.
Okay, next picture, please. Okay, so I will tell you something about Bayreuth and Steingräber later on. First, I will start with the historical part of the presentation. You know, we have from the 17th century on really extraordinary features which are nearly forgotten today. I want to talk about the idea of the piano. I think you've heard that Bartolomeo Cristofori from Italy developed the piano in 1698, in 1700. His first piano he called Grave Cembalo col Piano e Forte, which means he built the first piano which you can really play loud and soft. Before that time, you have only the celestas, where you chip the strings, and from this time on, Bartolomeo Cristofori built a piano where you can really play piano in forte. The only problem is that all the pianists at that time doesn't like his instruments, so there was no success. So this was the beginning of the piano, with a fantastic idea from Cristofori, but no pianist wanted to play it. So immediately after a few years, there was no success, because all the composers at that time, it was Bach, Scarlatti, Handel, they didn't like it. They want to play the instruments before that time. So what happened at that time? We needed a big star who used these pianos. That big star was Mozart. Mozart at this time was the first pianist who liked the real pianos, where you can play powerful and soft. That was in the year 1770. And the problem was that for these instruments, they need piano builders, like Andreas Stein, because the pianists, when they used the first time the real pianos, there is so much to adjust in these pianos, you need a piano builder as well. The problem is there weren't not so many piano builders at that time. So what happened? Most of the pianists at that time were piano builders as well. And this was a fantastic situation, to be a pianist and a piano builder as well. We can go to the next picture, please. Yeah. There you can see the first big actions. The first piano action was from Cristofori from the year 1726. It was a Viennese action style, where you can see the hammer, the catcher, and a more modern action was the Viennese action from 1810. And with these two actions were the start of the piano actions today. In these actions, you still have springs, where you can regulate the springs. You have a faster repetition at that time. You can really create a tone. And yeah, with these two actions, it started, the piano itself started. Okay, next picture, please. Then in the year about 1800, the pianos become more famous. Not only pianists, even private people want to play pianos. So at that time, the first upright pianos were built in Vienna. They looked really strange. the important thing is these pianos should be lighter and smaller as the grand pianos for pianists. So they built the first really tiny little upright pianos from 1800 in Vienna, because the pianos become really famous. And then from that time on, you have more composers. For example, next picture, please. For example, Schubert, Chopin, Schumann, and Liszt. You know, Liszt was the most important pianist at that time, and even for us here in Bayreuth, Liszt was the most important pianist. You know, Bayreuth is famous for the Wagner operas as well, but Wagner only created operas. He never wrote pieces for pianos. But Liszt was the first really important pianist for Steingreber here. And even when you will come to Bayreuth, you will see our original Steingreber Liszt piano. Okay, next picture, please. That's a very important development you can see. You know, at the time of Mozart, he had a key dip which was only 5 to 6 millimeter. He could play really fast, but not really powerful. So the problem at that time was that the pianos should sound louder and more powerful. So what did the piano manufacturers do? They increased the key dip. A few years later, in the times of Beethoven, he had 6 to 8 millimeters, and in 1900 we already had 9 millimeters of key dip. That was 50% more than at the beginning. Then in the years 1990, so only 30 years ago, we had a little bit less than 10 millimeter key dip. And 20 years later, for a very short period, we had even 11 millimeters of key dip. This was to create more power to the pianos, because the stages become bigger and bigger. So the manufacturers tried to have more key dip. The only problem was that when you have 11 millimeters of key dip, the repetition becomes too slow. So again, they reduced the key dip from 11 millimeter to about 10 or 10.2, 10.3 millimeter. And that's the key dip we have today. But that's even 70% more as at the beginning. Okay, next picture, please. And at that time, from 1820 to 1850, the most innovations we had at that time. For example, it was Erard, a piano builder. He created a faster repetition action. Or from 1822, the first iron frame was produced. You know, today we have tensions up to 20,000 kilos or 40,000 pounds. That's only possible because of the iron frames, which were invented in 1825. And one of the most important ideas come from 1826 from Henri Papet. That's a piano builder from France. Before that time, we had in the piano only leather-covered hammers. But to create really sound, he invented the felted hammerhead. And even the impregnation of the hammers was important at that time. You know, Henri Papet understood at that time that the humidity was a problem for the piano. So after he invented the felted hammer, immediately he invented the impregnation for the felt to make the hammers more stable. Then a few years later, we have the cross-stringing strings in the piano, to have longer strings in the same size of a piano, which comes from Henri Papet as well. And we have a very important thing from 1844, the invention of the sostenuto pedal by Boisselot. Okay, we are ready for the next picture, please. Yes. The first real concerts we've had in 1838. before that time, there were not really concerts. And Franz Liszt, as far as we found out, Franz Liszt was the first pianist who really played concerts for audience from 1838. At that time, the concert halls were